Hi everyone, it's Professor Grabowitz here. I wanted to do a really quick video to talk to you a little bit about some A&P terminology. Most of the videos that are throughout this course will be things that I found on the internet that correspond to the main topics in each of the chapters that we're talking about. However, from time to time, I'm hoping to create some personal videos for each of you in this class, just so you get some face time with me. So today we are going to be talking about the technical language that's used in the sciences and in the medical field. It's really just a consistent language that allows all medical practitioners and doctors and educators and researchers to talk about and communicate effectively all in the same language. So it's just a standardized way that all these people can communicate effectively, so everyone's on the same page and everyone knows exactly what someone's talking about when they refer to a certain body part. What that means for you is that you have to memorize some key terms and some terminology that's associated with different body parts. So, for example, our eyes are no longer going to be referred to as our eyes. We're going to call that our orbital or orbits or our ophthalmic region. Our nose is no longer our nose, it's our nasal area or nasal region. So let's start off by talking about our head. Generally, our head can be called our cephalic region. Cephalic. If someone has hydrocephaly, that means that there's water on the brain. Cephalic head region. Okay? Our cephalic region can be divided further into our cranial region and our facial region. So from above our eyebrows all the way to the back of our head is referred to as our cranial region, and then from our eyebrows down forward is our facial region. And I just want to make a note here that learning these terms now and understanding them now is going to help you immensely when we get to some of the bones and some of the muscles throughout our body, because a lot of these terms are also very similar to what you'll be seeing later on. Okay? So our forehead region is referred to as our frontal region. Frontal, there's a bone here called our frontal bone. And then at the back of our head, back here, is referred to as our occipital region. And there's an occipital bone back here as well. Okay? Our nose region is nasal, like I said before, and our eye region is orbital or ophthalmic. Our cheek area is buccal or buccal, B-U-C-C-A-L. Our mouth region is oral or oral. Our ear region, excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. Our ear region is referred to as otic, otic. And our mouth is oral. I think I already mentioned that, oral. Okay. Our chin region can be referred to as mental, and then our neck region can be referred to as cervical. And this corresponds to the 7 cervical vertebrae that are in our neck. So if you've ever had to go to the doctor, if you've had a crook in your neck or your neck wasn't feeling right, you strained your neck, sometimes they'll give you a collar that you would have to wear to stabilize the neck, and that's referred to as a cervical collar. So in our bodies, we have a big skeletal muscle. Let me move back so you can see me. We have a big skeletal muscle that helps us breathe, and that muscle located right about here is our diaphragm. So from our diaphragm area upward, this whole region here is referred to as our thoracic area. And at the very center of the thoracic area is a bone called our sternum. And this bone connects our ribs to it. And this midline region is referred to as our sternal region, sternal. We also have our breast area, which can be referred to as mammary or pectoral. Pectoral refers to our pectoral muscles that are associated with this area. And then from our diaphragm area downward is referred to as our abdominal area. And this area can be further subdivided up into different quadrants or regions that you will see when you're looking at the chapter materials. Okay? Below the abdominal region is going to be our pelvic region, pelvic. And then our genital area is referred to as our pubic region, pubic. Our hips, our hip area here, between our, in our pelvic region on either side, we'll have a hip bone. And this hip area is referred to as coccyx or coxal area, coxal region. And then when you look at the back or posterior area, the very center of our back, we have our spinal column, And technically that spinal column is referred to as our vertebral column. So this would be our vertebral area. Our shoulder, back here, our shoulder blade is technically called our scapula. So this is our scapular area, scapular. And then our very lower back down here, this corresponds to our 5 vertebrae that are in our lower back called our lumbar vertebrae. So our lower back region is called our lumbar region. If you've ever had to use a pillow to support your back, lumbar pillow, that's because it's your lower back. Okay? Okay, so let's talk about our shoulder area. I already told you that our shoulder blade is referred to as our scapula because our scapular bone is right there. Right up here at the top of our shoulder, we have a big muscle called the deltoid. It's a triangular shaped muscle. And this is referred to as our deltoid region, deltoid. Our armpit area is referred to as our axillary area. Axilla, sometimes doctors or nurses will take a temperature using the axillary area, and that's just your armpit area. When we're talking about our upper arm, this is referred to as our brachial region. Our lower arm is antebrachial region. Our whole elbow area right here, this is referred to as our cubital region. But the very front of our elbow right here, this is referred to as the antecubital region. Okay? Moving downward or more distally, you will see that we have our wrist. Our wrist is made up of 8 separate bones, and collectively they're called carpals. Carpals. And then we have our fingers. They can be referred to as digits or phalanges. And then the back side of our hand is referred to as dorsum, and then the front side of our hand is referred to as our palmar area, palmar. Our hands generally are referred to as manus. So if you go get a manicure, you're getting something done to your hands. Right, so let's move on. If you're looking at the butt region, this is referred to as the gluteus region, and that corresponds to the gluteus maximus and medius. There's some big muscles in our butt area, and they're collectively called gluteus muscles, gluteus. Our thigh region, let me move up again so you can see. Our thigh, our upper leg, this is referred to as our femoral region. And that's because of the skeletal bone that is in this region, our big femur bone. So this is femoral. Our kneecap, our knee area is referred to as patellar, and that corresponds to a big sesame seed shaped bone in that area called our patella. The back of our knee is referred to as popliteal. The front of our lower leg or our shin area is referred to as our crural area, C-R-U-R-A-L. And then our calf area is referred to as sural, S-U-R-A-L. And then we have our ankle bones collectively are referred to as tarsals. Our foot is referred to as pedal. If you're bipedal, you walk with 2 feet. Or you pedal a bike with your feet, pedal. The bottom of our foot is referred to as plantar. So if you have plantar warts, that means that you have warts on the bottom of your foot. And then we also have our toes. And our toes are called the same thing as our fingers. Our toes are referred to as digits or phalanges. So I hope this short video was helpful to you in learning some of the scientific terms that are associated with common body parts. Have a good day.